Okay, so another one of the other things happened. I've gone back to this place like 5 times, and one of the times there I asked to talk to the neighbors. Another time I asked another neighbor. Another time I went to the uh, apartment management office and asked if the person lived there, and the apartment manager verified that she was on the list of the people who live in the apartment. Now that could be a list that she was the daughter of the person with the main uh, lease. Now she could be someone who moved out, but the mother didn't take the daughter off. But I go to the door and knock at like the 5th time there, and it looked different. So I knocked a few times, and then hit the doorbell, knocked, hit the doorbell, waited, knocked, hit the doorbell, and then I was gonna leave, and then all of a sudden I hear this. Oh, like after a little while, when a dog runs to the door, that means someone's in the back room and they let the dog out. So I thought maybe they didn't hear me, because sometimes that's it. They just don't hear you at first, and then they do hear you, and then they come to the door. So I heard some shuffling. Like, all right, they're gonna come to the door. You give her her documents. Say it's your right to know what's in the court system. And here's your documents. Service of process has been rendered, and that's it. And I leave. Take a little picture and fill out the little app. Well, she goes to the window right to the side. So there's a door in front of me, and there's a window on the side, like the kitchen. She pulls the window up and goes, "Get the fuck off my property. I'm going to call the police." I go, "I'm a process server. These are court documents. These are for blah, 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 whoever. She doesn't live here." I go, "Oh, well, the manager said she lives here." And I don't know if this lady is her lying about it not being her, or if she's her mother, because I didn't have the actual age. So I said, "No, service of process has been rendered. You've been served." And I put it under the mat. I say, "It's you." I think it's her. I do think it was her. I think there was an older mother, but this lady could have. I'm 42. So when I hear mother, daughter, I don't know what mother, daughter is. People live in apartments who are like, this lady seemed maybe 50. So maybe she could live with her mother. Or it might have been her mother saying that she doesn't live here, but she does live there, and because she's sick of collections. So I just said, I think this is the lady. So I mean, I really don't know. So I turned it in. I wrote it exactly. I said, I don't know that this was her or her mother, but the management said that they both live there. So I think that she's lying about her not living there. So therefore, if someone's lying, if I have reason to believe that I know she might not be lying, and the daughter might not be living there, but she's on the list. So she could be lying. So she could also be lying about the fact that she's not her daughter. So that's just like what I wrote. We'll see what they take. They might make me go back there. Great. Like, I don't really start yelling matches with people. This is 2 times where I've gotten a tit for tat real quick with someone. And the other thing last night was people driving off. That's different than a tit for tat. That was just like super avoidance. But we'll see. Right now, let's see. I have done how many services or process I've done. I've done 40, almost 50 in about a month. So I've done 50. You've been served. Services of process. I don't say you've been served. I feel like it's demeaning and dismissive and kind of condescending sounding, where people go, "You've been served." Like, well, I don't know how they say it. I keep thinking about Pineapple Express, obviously, but I just say service of process has been rendered or has been completed, or that's your service of process. Those are your documents. Have a great day. Sometimes I say, "I'm sorry to have to deliver something difficult to deal with. I'm sure you can find some attorney to help you," or something like, I don't know. Keep it brief. Try to stay positive. It is someone's right to know what's been filed in the court system. I'm not a collector, but I mean, I am a collector. If you need me to collect, I have collected on the phone. I know how to do private debt collection. It's just that that's not what I'm doing when I knock. ApexLawService.com. I don't really talk about it a lot because it's one of my least favorite things is actually collecting first, per se. I will take a collection contract like if you you do some work at someone's house, take a collections contract, we'll tack 50% onto it because that's lawful. And we really do try to get people to pay. I make a couple courtesy calls first. I say, hey, I'm a private collector. We have yet to tack anything onto this invoice, but if we can't get a resolution here in a phone call or two, we're going to add 50% to it. We're going to keep calling you, keep sending you letters within the limits of law. And then if the client elects to, they'll sue in small claims or limited civil. And we'll help them find an attorney to do that. And we'll do the paralegal work for them. And then we'll turn right back around and we'll help them enforce a judgment. And we'd much prefer just to come up with some type of payment plan now or some type of thing. If you'd like to offer what you can do to pay, type of terms work for you. I've worked out a lot of deals. I've also played hardball with people. I don't threaten things that the client isn't saying. I say, I just talked with the client. They agreed with me that they're going to call a federal prosecutor if you don't call them now. You're on the phone with me now. I talked to them 5 minutes ago. You're going to call them right now, and you're going to set up your first payment, set up your next 3 payments. And if you don't, they're going to call the federal prosecutor. We've agreed, and they know that if I'm saying this to you, that they have to do it. So please call them right now, set up your payment, and then that will be it. And they did it, It didn't deliver anything when somebody paid for something they bought through eBay, but they didn't pay through eBay. And then they were gonna charge them with. They were going to ask the prosecutor to charge them with some type of, federal wire fraud or something. I can't remember what it was. I mean, it was not up to me. I just said, do you agree that you will call this prosecutor? I even called the prosecutor first. And I said, I have a client. They want me to help them collect. Are you the person they call if they do elect to ask you about pressing charges? They are very certain that they have a case. This is what happened. We want to collect, but you're who they call. And they say, yeah. And that was it. I mean, it's on the phone with the federal prosecutor and back on the phone with the person, the client who's owed money. And then they agreed. And then I got on the phone with the person. And then they got right on the phone with the client. And that was it. And I told the client, I said, it's a courtesy call. If I get it done right now, you don't owe me anything. So that was a $3,400 collection. Collectors, though, like who work at a collection business, you don't get to do what I get to do as a private individual. Come up with all right, here's a crazy plan that's going to threaten the hell out of someone. How about you choose to do this? Let's just go for it. Come on, it's not illegal. It's not me advising you. You can talk with an attorney, or let's just do it. And then they get their money because once in a while people listen to these little ideas that are really, it's what you have to do. You have to turn the screws to people, but it's not like they don't owe the money. Because when I work with someone, it's not a big credit card business. It's someone who just entered into a contract with someone. So that's that. But these things don't hide in your house from service of process. Just deal with it. That's inside of ourselves. We just got to deal with that. I don't know. You can become judgment proof, though. Part of asset collection is to not seem very appetizing to the enforcement of judgment. Asset protection, asset collection. You can seem very unappetizing to a large credit card company's enforcement of judgment lawyer. They'll do one thing, try to. It's not the greatest strategy, but it's kind of what you have to do if you have a little family, a little set of bills to pay. So many people do it. And then, the best thing to do is to make a plan for, know what their radar looks like. And when you're going to pop up, have a plan already and then approach them first. Be like, I've been making a little more money. I can now pay you. Can I please make payments on this judgment? Contact them first rather than waiting to get hit by a gnarly enforcement of judgment attorney. Odds are you get a better payment plan. So that's what I'm doing. I got one judgment when I went through paralegal training. I was paying credit cards with credit cards with credit cards. And it's Just crashed the whole little system I had set up. Got a judgment. I talked some smack to one of the collectors at Discover Card. He goes, "How do you intend to pay this, Mr. Polk?" I said, "I don't. You're just going to charge it off." He goes, "Oh, yeah?" He said, "Oh, yeah, really?" I went, "Yeah, really. Okay, bye." Next thing I know, a couple months later, I'm getting what? Oh, I thought it was an Amazon book I ordered. Nope, it was a service. It's a process server, and she's putting a little pink pepper spray in my face. Ah, what are you doing? I'm in my driveway. Are you James Polk? Service and process. Oh God, what? Yeah, do you have your ID? What? Can I have the documents? What is it? I need your ID. Wow, I didn't do that. You don't really have to do that. You don't have to make sure it's someone's ID. You have to make sure they respond to their name. Say yes. I mean, but I went back in, got my rifle and put it in her face. No, I got my ID and showed it to her. Like, turnabout's fair play, huh? Pink little pepper spray. Say hello to my little friend, huh? No, don't do that shit. If you are a little black rifle owner, don't fuck around with it and lose all of our Second Amendment somehow. Because we're dangerous. We're dangerous proto-terrorists in this country. Former military. Blue eyes. Oh, my God. All right, that's it.